Scorpio, thank you guys so much for coming to the channel. My name is Luciani. I am going to be your intuitive for the week of December 14th to, I'm sorry, January 14th to January 20th, 2019. So let's get right into it. You see that you have some flying out already. So, Spirit Guides, what are Scorpios, my beautiful Scorpios messages for the week of January 14th to January 20th, 2019, Spirit Guides, what are Scorpio's spiritual lives for the week of this January 14th to January 20th, 2019? Okay. So let's get right into it, guys. Thank you again so much for coming to this channel, picking me to be your guide, your healer. Whew. All right, we got some really powerful energies coming out. Um, okay, so Scorpio, you guys are really looking at some poverties that you might be feel like you're facing right now at the time. With the Five of Pentacles here, there's some sort of like down on your luck energy. For others of you guys, you just really feel like you're at a complete lack. There's like a lot of things that are going on, maybe financially, that you're feeling like a lot of difficulties, a lot of poverty, some sort of shortage. But keep in mind that when we're feeling like in these kind of desolate states, always keep in mind that there's everything that hasn't been lost. Like, say if you really are going through like hard financial times right now, with this card, not everything is lost, because if you have someone, say like a family, or still have a loved one by your side through all of these different changes, it's still not a devastation, right? You still at the very most haven't lost the most important thing, even though it's really hard times. This energy is always known as like the dark soul energy, dark night of the soul energy, where things are just getting really, really heavy in the sense of financial poverty. The eight of I'm sorry, with the eight of swords here in a reverse, it's like you're trying to break free from this. Like, how do I break free from poverty? How do I break free from being in these difficult times? How can I break free from this lack, whatever this lack is, whatever the shortage is? Because some of you guys, you really are wanting new passions coming in with the Ace of Swords. I mean, Ace of Wands here in your time sector. You want new passions coming in. You want to break free and have new enterprises and new business opportunities and new love offers that are very passionate, right? But with the Two of Swords in the reverse in your future sector, there is some sort of, I would not say delay, but there's some sort of wrong direction you went in. Um, there's some sort of wrong direction that has been made, some sort of choice that's made that it wasn't really for your biggest and greatest good. Some of you guys really feel like you went in the wrong direction. Um, this also means releasing somebody that might not be giving you the passion that you're desiring. Um, for others of you, this is really just feeling like ghosting somebody or ghosting someone, meaning like just up and disappearing from you, or you're afraid that someone might do that to you. And but for the most part, I'm saying there was a wrong direction that was taking place, and it left you maybe feeling like it's just a lot of difficult roads that you've taken on this wrong. Okay, so what I'm saying is You guys are trying to break free from going on wrong directions in life because these wrong directions are leading you to difficult moments in your life. And you're just really trying to be very passionate about not making these wrong decisions or taking these wrong turns. Um, so you trying to break free from that. That's something that you're literally trying to like escape and get out of so that you can have this increase coming with this Eight of Swords in the reverse here. With this Eight of Swords in the reverse here, yet again, you want some kind of new beginnings, which are here. There are others of you guys, you might just need to relax from all of your fears that are from these difficult moments that are coming in. You really have to be passionate about taking care and relaxation so that you can make clear, concise decisions that aren't taking you on wrong paths that are leading you to poverty or leading you into like this financial crossroads that is leaving you um, kind of antsy. With excuse me, with our justice card, I'm sorry, with the chariot card in the reverse, you feel like there's just a lot of different failures that are occurring right now in your life. And but with this particular week, um, with this week, you're just feeling like there's just a lack of someone is just being very impatient. That could possibly be you, or someone who's not really, what's the word I'm looking for? Not arrogant, but I mean that is an arrogant card, but like imprudent, like someone who just mm, that's just very imprudent. How can I say that in another way? Someone who doesn't protect their like sexuality in a way that's prudent. Sometimes prudence is needed. For others of you guys, this is really difficult times right now. Um, it's just really difficult times right now. You guys are just really impatient. You feeling extremely impatient because of all of these difficult moments and obstacles and wrong turns that are going on. And with this Queen of Swords energy in the reverse, some of you guys are really in this situation where either you guys are feeling very narrow minded or you're feeling like you are around energies that are very narrow minded who isn't really looking at the bigger picture. um Someone who's just really intolerant kind of, and maybe you're intolerant. If this is you feeling like this, like very narrow minded and intolerant right now, is because you feel like um, there's just been a turn for the worse or someone going in the wrong direction, and now you're just like extremely impatient because now recalling, or maybe sometimes some of you guys are really seeing some secrets that are coming out. Others of you guys, you're starting to see some things for what they really are within yourself or with others. um so far I'm really seeing this as your energy. It's like really hard times and you're really impatient, but these are the decisions that you're making. And you're really trying to break free from this cycle. I see like this cycle of events. Someone's you maybe possibly be impatient or this like narrow mindedness of like feeling like or intolerant to the fact that these are difficult situations, trying to break free from them. But with the Emperor here in the reverse as your spirit guides, it's just really a lack of what is the word I'm looking for? With the Emperor in the reverse, this is just someone who's very childlike, very emotionally immature. Um, Someone who's just very immature, and maybe you're starting to see that within yourself or someone in your environment, whether it's a job. If you're dealing with someone who's very emotionally immature in your job, or there's a lot of difficult situations going on because maybe you guys picked the wrong career path, and it just maybe always leaves you like narrow minded and intolerant and impatient and You always constantly breaking, wanting to break free out of it, but at the same time, you're always making this decision that causes you to be right back into the same type of energy. Um, and it has a lot to do with spirit guides are saying it has a lot to do with just being emotionally immature, making these decisions that are leading you to these wrong paths in life. For others of you guys, with the Emperor in the reverse, that could also mean that could also mean that something isn't really materializing the way you want like it to be. Um, you might even feel like you're defrauded on. Some of you guys feel like you're being. If this has anything to do with like fraudulent behaviors and like uh, maybe you feeling like you're being defrauded out of something, a creditor is like coming after you and you know darn well that you don't owe the money or something, it's leaving you in this poverty like state and impatient and narrow minded towards it. But at some point we made some kind of decision that led us to this. Again, you're looking to break free from these poverty and difficult moments and times that are going on right now because you really do want new passions. You want to delve into the Ace of Wands energy is so beautiful. It's like new love that's passionate, new enterprises that are passionate, new money coming in. Just passions on passions that you can be really satisfied with life in a very passionate way. However, there's some sort of wrong path that we typically take in life that causes us to go back into this poverty state or difficult times that we're very displeased and um, very impatient about it. Also, we might have to look at our because with the page of swords here, the Page of Swords here is also suggesting, let me think. I would suggest here with the Page of Swords here, it's just kind of like, at what point do you really want to start using like your cleverness or quick thinking? Okay. Because you guys are looking to improve. This is like having some sort of desiring for improvement. So I'm seeing this as your energy. I don't see too much of nobody. I see that you're really striving to improve out of emotional immaturities and improving out of like some very imprudent ways about ourselves, right? Imprudence is just simply meaning that we don't have a grasp on some things that are meant to for us to preserve rather than quickly adapt to things that are really, I mean, everybody's different. You know what I mean? Especially talking to Scorpios and whomever, but everyone has their own philosophies in life. But there's a level of prudence recalling in our lives. And with the chariot here, it just seems like we're not understanding what that even means. You know what I mean? And when you want to strive for improvement, you can't be too impatient about it. It has to come naturally. And there's an emotional instability and maturity that you might have to improve out of and really start this double card in reverse. You really want to start healing, physical healing is definitely available here. Unbounding yourself out of this material way of looking at things. Like, I have to pay, being bound by our bills. When I see the double card, I always think about emotional, not emotional, but material bondage we have on things, right? Like, for example, I have student loans. I'm not about to stress about them right now. I'm not. I'm not, because I have so many other things that I'm very passionate about that I rather spend my money on as opposed to feeling extremely bound to debt. I truly, passions are more important to me than debt. That could be an example here. Poverty, meaning that debt is designed to keep us in poverty. I mean, that's just the reality here in America. So when we focus our attention on our debts, it causes impatience. It causes us to feel narrow minded and feeling really intolerant to it. It's to the point where if intolerance is like that energy of, what the hell, right? And then with the moon card here, it's causing extreme sadness. It's also making you emotionally sad, and that's what you're constantly reflecting on. Is like this sadness. Others of you guys, you're going into like this sixth sense or imagination or some sort of prophetic dreams that you're getting, or you're introspecting how you want to improve your life and protect your life. And I think that you're coming into this understanding that there were some decisions that you guys made in your life that left you in these wrong paths, that led you to these wrong directions, that left you at poverty or just really, really difficult times, not realizing how we're feeling is narrow minded and we're being very impatient, that causes us to feel very emotionally immature. And I think that at the very end, you're starting to realize these things are no longer serving you and you're looking to break free from them and start physical, real healing. With the devil card here in reverse, oh, you guys are going into deep, deep, deep um healing for your good. You start to unbound yourself from all of this like poverty mind. I see poverty mindsets here because of the fact that we're feeling narrow minded, not realizing there's new passions all the time whenever we whatever we're going through. But you have to be mindful. Just don't make again another bad decision, a bad decision, a bad decision, always making bad decisions that causes you to again be in this cycle. It's just a continuum of cycles here. Yep, because the Wheel of Fortune came out in the reverse here when I clarify this. So here again, we have the Ten of Fire, the Eight of Earth, and then we have this is our Wheel of Fortune in the reverse in traditional tarot. And basically, what this essentially is basically saying is Scorpio, it's really time for us to really separate ourselves from some things that we really do work hard for, because it's not really giving us the changes that we're looking for. Um, Now, when we say we work hard for something, sometimes working hard isn't as this. It's not the same as working smart, right? I could work hard on some. Let's say I'm working hard on a relationship. Working hard. I'm working hard on a relationship. But at the end of the day, is this relationship for my best and highest good? What if I'm with someone who's a terrible lover and doesn't know how to love me? And so I'm working hard on what? I'm working hard on something that's very treacherous for me. So sometimes we need to separate ourselves from some skills that we have that are causing this change to not occur, these new beginnings to not come in. Maybe we're working hard at a job we really don't like, right? And it's even though we're working hard and we're like, we're skillful in that matter, maybe separating ourselves from that to kind of gain this good fortune or this unexpected turn of luck for us. Others of us, this means that if we don't work hard, Mm, let's see here. You might want to you even want to look at it from this of like um using your skills to see if anybody's really say if you guys are going through lawsuits right now, you got to really use your skill sets here, because if you don't use your skill sets, you don't want to reap what you sow. Reaping what you sowing is using those skill sets so that whatever lawsuit that you think you may lose, you actually can win. Um, you just really got to go into some sort of masterful mind and really understand some of the intricacies behind it so you don't lose. For others of you, wow, you come out in your own reading at the death card. There is definitely a transformation taking place, guys. There is a beautiful transformation through this entire reading that's taking place. You guys are really transforming out of this very immature, impatient, narrow minded, um, making wrong decisions, taking you on terrible paths that's leading you to poverty and difficulties. You're striving to improve and release everything out of that, because the spirit device is saying emotional immaturity is no longer serving you guys. It doesn't matter what it is. You know what I mean? If it's really not for your highest and greatest good of all of those involved, you are making really terrible decisions. If this is someone in your life, I really am trying my best to see this as someone else's energy. I'm just having a hard time because I see that you guys, as the the page of swords here, where you're striving for improvement, whether it's in a job that's causing you to still stay in this cycle. I see a job here that you guys continuously pick that you are not happy in, and it's causing you to not start this new cycle that's here for you. And there is some sort of change. There's some sort of change in form of consciousness for some of you guys. You might be definitely coming into a better awareness. Again, a full card at the very bottom of the deck in the reverse. There has been terrible decisions that you guys have made, whether it's picking a career that you now realize, oh my God, I hate this and I have to separate myself and I need to transform out of it, because every time I'm at this job, I feel already still in poverty states, not really making too much money. For some of you guys, other you guys, you don't even feel like this is really your passion. And it's just causing you to stay in the same cycle over and over with the Wheel of Fortune card here in the reverse. You're just feeling like you're in the same cycle. And with the Death card here, it's like it's time to transform out of making bad decisions. Stop making the same decisions. It's time to make new decisions, because with the Ace of Wands here in reverse, there is clouded joys. There are false starts that keep happening. It's supposed to be, this beautiful new energies that occur, but you can't really start really passionate relationships, passionate um enterprises, businesses, whatever the case is, because um there's a lack of generosity that could also be taking place. Um Also in harmonious relationships, because you're feeling like you don't really trust people or trust situations, and you feel like you really can't even take a break from life or like really relax in the way that you would like to kind of go into that um that subconscious manifestation state that you can really manifest. um so, you know, again, immaturity and dishonesty of self and self realization of knowing that, hey guys, Scorpio, you guys can definitely transform out of whatever difficult things you guys might be going through. You might have to realize that some sort of behaviors no longer serve us as we grow wiser, right? Some energies we have to put, um, we just got to leave behind, because when we keep making bad decisions on our life, whether it's our hearts, our money, how we spend our time, right? However we spending our time, very, very imperative for us to make right decisions that are going to involve our passions, our highest and greatest desires when it comes to love, right? Passions where you feel extremely passionate to someone, not a hot fling, but if that's something that you want to, that's okay. But you have to really ask yourself, is this wise decisions I'm using? Am I really making wise decisions? Okay. So guys, thank you so much for coming to this channel. I will see y'all next week. Take care. Bye.